So this is it, the incredible Uluru. We've just been driving closer and closer, seeing it get bigger and bigger as we come through. And I tell you what, mate, this is absolutely magic, absolutely incredible, better than I ever expected. Good morning, guys. How are we all going? Now, today we are heading out to Uluru, which I think this is as excited as I've been for anything on this trip so far. I'm super hyped. Uluru has been on my bucket list for so long. I think it's on the bucket list of people all over Australia, all over the world, because this is literally the red center, the spiritual heart of Australia. There's going to be so much to see, so much to explore. Really, really looking forward to getting there. But it is a pretty decent drive from Alice Springs. So what we've just done is pulled over a little rest stop here on the side of the road. And I've been having a lot of trouble getting photos of some of the birds out here, and they're just always flitting around, really hard to get them still. Things like zebra finches, cockatiels, even budgerigars. But here there's a few water tanks with a few bowls underneath where the birds are coming down to drink. So what I think I'm gonna do is head over, set my camera up at these bowls and see if we can get some shots of them that way. All right, I reckon that has probably worked a treat. So many finches came down, a couple of budgies as well. So I'll just have to check over that and hopefully got some nice close-ups of these really cool red center arid zone birds. So this is it, the incredible Uluru. We've just been driving closer and closer, seeing it get bigger and bigger as we come through. And I tell you what, mate, this is absolutely magic, absolutely incredible, better than I ever expected. Already there's just a feeling about this place and I cannot wait to explore it more. We want to see it at so many different angles, like literally at all the different angles as we go around the rock, but the cultural angles as well. Is such a significant place for the traditional owners of the land, the heart of Australia. So excited to explore it more. These flies are not going to get me down. This is just got to be one of the most magical places. It literally looks like it's been photoshopped there. It's just so massive, so immense. Absolutely loving it here. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time to spend in the national park right now. We've got to head back out to Uluru to sort out our accommodation, check in and all that. But we've got the national parks pass for 3 days. We're going to be coming in over and over again to check out more of this beauty behind me. All right, so we've just arrived at our accommodation and Sammy organised this one. We're staying at the Ayres Rock Resort. Sounds pretty bougie, right? The Ayres Rock Resort Campground. So we are camping again while we're here at Uluru. Honestly, it's the most cost-effective way for us to do this. The Ayres Rock Resort, it's more like a town than a resort. It's got all these different accommodation options. Some of them are frightfully expensive, way out of our budget. There's also all these different shops. There's a police station, medical center, even a hairdresser. So that's the resort. You can wander around there, but on the very far end of it, we've got the campground, which is where we are here. This is where we're going to be based while we're exploring Uluru. You may have also noticed that we don't have the camper anymore. We did pick up another car while we were in Alice Springs, and we also picked up the camping gear from this fella as well. So all up with, all like cooking equipment, sleeping mat, sleeping bags, tent, everything for the 2 nights cost us about $160. That was from Alice Car Rentals. Definitely saved us with that because obviously we can't bring all this camping gear with us. We're able to hire it off him and it's made it really, really convenient for us, able to stay here nice and close to Uluru without breaking the bank. So we've got a little bit of time to chill out now, maybe have a bite to eat because tonight we're actually heading out to the Field of Lights. We're going to be heading out there just as the sun's setting. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Good morning, guys. So we've just arrived for sunrise here at Uluru, and I think it is going to be absolutely spectacular. The sun's just popping up over the horizon now, and the colors already are just magic. It's going to evolve as the sun gets higher and higher, but this place is just so special, man. It's not too busy up here either, so just sharing this incredible morning with a handful of people in one of the most magical places on the planet. So there is a track that goes around the base of Uluru, which is around 9.5 kilometers all the way around. And most people, they tend to walk it. I guess you could run it if you're a little bit crazy, but we've decided to do something else. We're gonna bike it. Later, loser. We're literally at the bottom of Uluru now. When you look straight up, you get a pretty good idea of how big this rock is, even higher than the Eiffel Tower.
I nearly hit a tree.
So it may surprise a lot of people to know that Katajuda and the areas around Uluru, they're technically not deserts, they're semi-arid. They actually get quite a lot of rain, up to 300 mils every single year. And here behind me is a semi-permanent water body, which is basically here all year round, and you can hear all the finches up in the trees above me, they're coming down for a drink. And you can also see the black that's coming down the rock. That's actually where the water would flow during a big rain, so you can actually have waterfalls coming off the side of Uluru. Now, although it seems like quite a harsh environment out here in the Red Centre, there is a pretty large diversity of wildlife. A lot of people will know about the larger animals, the dingoes, the red kangaroos, the emus that call the Red Centre home. But the animal I'm after this morning is a cryptic little lizard. It's only about 15 centimeters long. It's called the Thorny Devil. I've been on the hunt for one for the last couple of days without any luck, but I've got a few extra tips for some reptile mates that I've got, so I'm really optimistic we'll find them here this morning. These guys feed exclusively on little black ants, and they come out nice and early to warm up for the day. So I'm kind of out at the right time. There's lots of little ants around. You can see a few tracks in the sand as well. So fingers and toes crossed, because this is a bucket list little lizard I really want to see here in the Red Centre. So I've been out here for a while now, but unfortunately I don't think I'll be finding any Thorny Devils this morning. So this is going to be our last sunset opportunity here at Uluru, and we really want to try and capture it in all its glory. So we've come down, found a really nice spot, going to cook up an early dinner, and within the next hour or so that sun will start to set, the colours of Uluru will start to change, get to experience all the moods of this incredible destination. So we've set up for an early dinner here right next to Uluru. There's no one else around, but we are literally pulled over on the side of the road. Sammy's cooking up a storm, having some risotto for dinner. Here's to you, Uluru. If you had asked us a couple of weeks ago where we thought we would be at this moment in time, I tell you what, I would not have said here next to Uluru, cooking up dinner. One of the best things about this place, I think, is because it's so expansive, you can find your own little spot and appreciate Uluru in your own way. So we've just left Uluru and are heading back to Alice Springs. And as we were driving, I saw a flock of budgies up on the road and slowed down a little bit. I'm glad I did, because just behind them, there was a Thorny Devil crossing the road. Didn't see him in Uluru, but definitely saw this guy on the way out. He's just here, check him out. So I've just moved him off the road because there's a fair few cars still coming. He is not the quickest lizard by any means. They move with a real slow, jerky motion. So he's off here now. He's not very happy I had to pick him up to move him off the road. It's no wonder we've had trouble trying to see them on the sides of the road as we've been driving, because they're so cryptic and so little, and they camouflage so well. That little tail sticking up. It's no wonder they're tough to find in amongst the spinifex. These little lizards are so well adapted to the red center. They only eat the little black ants, and of course it's very dry out here. So what they'll actually do is rub up against the spinifex, catch the very early morning dew, and those spikes and little grooves all across their body feed that water to their mouth so they can get a nice easy drink. So he's slowly made his way back off into the shade now, and oh, that was just such an incredible experience. I got absolutely smashed by these little spiky bushes. I've got like spikes all on the bottom of my feet there. They're in my knees, they're in my hands, but so worth it, mate. I wanted to see this little lizard so badly. Tick it off the bucket list. How's that to close out our trip to the red center? Thorny Devil.